A confident group coming through the tunnel. The Pistons look. Greetings, folks. Thanks for. For tuning in to two. Sports for our latest presentation. Now Washington starting five. Bilal Coulibaly out there with Jordan Poole. Then there's Sarr. Then there's George. And it's Middleton in at the small forward position. And for the Pistons, Cunningham and Ivy work together as the backcourt. Isaiah Stewart out there with Duren. And it's Thompson in at the three.
Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see them get up like that.
All right, Grant, I have to ask you, has there ever been a more intimidating team than the old bad boy Pistons?
Well, they weren't fancy, but they played hard and they played physical basketball. Every team that faced those Detroit teams knew they were in for a battle. Hot off the pass, Ivy has a shot up. No time to waste when you've got a pro-level defense coming at you.
Here's Poole, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
A brilliant dunk, and he hangs up there for a while, too.
Like he's posing for the camera. He's just hanging out, posing for pictures, just making himself at home. Now here's Stewart. Pass to Ivy. Going inside, and a foul called on the way up. So he'll take two from the free throw line.
On the drive, Ivy just blitzes the defense. They don't know how to respond and end up fouling.
He's off on the first. And Grant, when you play the Wizards, you better be ready to run.
BA, they like to speed you up. They force you to play at their pace. And on the flip side, that gives you open floor opportunities as well.
Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one.
If that jumper could become a consistent option for Sarr, he's going to be a dangerous player in this league.
And the shot goes.
The defensive effort was lacking a bit, but hey, give him credit for finding a weakness there.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Middleton with a screen on Ivy. Here's Coulibaly. That three's off the mark. The Pistons have gone 3 of 3 so far from the floor. And that one's good. Thompson.
Good work down low. I mean, I like how confident Thompson is from this area.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, JB Bickerstaff had a few moments to share with me. I talked with him about how he's approaching matching up with Jordan Poole tonight, and he said to make sure we don't lose him on defense. We have to talk, and we have to know where he is. Expects his team to be very active and talkative here tonight. Guys?
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. And it's Detroit with the ball. Following the score by Washington. And the dunk by Duren.
And that was special. It's easy to be excited about Duren's future in this league.
Poole, the pass to Sarr. Shakes him. And he takes it up and lays it in. Sarr's got 5 now.
Not getting old here. Seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
On the wing, Thompson. To the left wing. On the wing, Thompson. Out to the wing. Here's Stewart. Second chance effort, and it's Thompson getting it to go.
A stronger defensive presence would have saved them 2 points.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
Poole. Nice move. Duren with the rebound. Detroit leading by 5. Well, whenever Jordan Poole is out there, Brent, you expect some highlight reel moments.
Now, there's no doubt that Jordan Poole's the kind of player that's going to take some chances. And sometimes it doesn't go so well, but when the times pay off, B.A., it is spectacular.
Now here's Poole. And here's Middleton. Back to George. And that comes off the assist by Middleton.
Middleton's not a selfish player, always willing to share the wealth.
Here's Thompson. Duran up top. Pass to Ivy. Out of bounds, it'll be Wizards ball.
Part of passing the rock, it's calculating risk and reward. I don't think that was a great decision.
1:09 left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Poole. It's deflected.
But Stewart hustling over. He saw that shot coming, and he was there for the taking.
Here's Poole. They set the pick. Fires the 3. Duran with a rebound. Detroit leading by 3. Pass to Thompson. On the take. And he lobs it up top. And finished off by Stewart.
I wonder, Stewart, with that wingspan, just where you can throw lobs for him to still throw it down.
George's shot is off. For Detroit, they've gone 7 of 9, a solid percentage so far. Cunningham passes to Duran. Stolen by Middleton. Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Stolen by Ivy. The 3 is up. Knocks it down from distance. Ivy's got 7 points.
And something Ivy continues to improve. He's becoming a real threat from downtown.
Poole. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Washington shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. And both free throws good for Poole.
Well, you can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Got a piece of it, and it's going to be out of bounds. Detroit will have another go. Off the inbound. The putback.
Huge putback. This guy plays with so much energy.
I don't know anybody that goes after the boards harder. And so it's the Detroit Pistons finishing. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, what's your take on the Pistons so far?
Was simple. Rebounding made all the difference in the first quarter. They really got after it.
Yeah, rebounding can also be just about will, and they showed some of that in going in there and collecting some boards.
All right, this is how the floor looks for the Wizards starting in the second. They've got Chris Middleton, Sarr out there with George. Then there's Bilal Coulibaly, and it's Poole in at the point. Ivy's shot is off. Wizards trail by 8. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Thank you, Brian. Well, the Pistons have struggled despite the improvement of their young cornerstone, Cade Cunningham. He said, quote, "This league rewards winning. People are going to say everything I'm doing is empty and meaningless until I win games. That's what I plan on doing, and once I do that, all the other stuff will come with it." Guys?
That's a great perspective to keep right there, Allie. Thank you. Here's Middleton. Pass to Coulibaly. Poole for 3, and is blocked.
Great to now. Cunningham using every inch of that reach.
Cunningham delivers in transition. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Pistons.
So far, they've been immensely aggressive on the defensive side, denying easy shots, and it's made a difference in the game.
Well, they really cashed in on the break. I mean, it feels like they're hungry to get out, they're hungry to run, and they're not passing up any chances to leak out and score.
And at 6'10", Jalen Duran is an incredible athlete for his size.
Yeah, he's got a lot of bounce, which helps him as a rim protector, rebounder, and lob threat. Plus, he's got quick feet, and he's able to guard smaller guys on the perimeter. What you love about Thompson is his versatility at both ends of the floor. He's even able to block shots like that.
Wizards trail by 13. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Here's Middleton. What a terrific move that is.
Chris Middleton has the size in this league that you need to finish on the inside. Way to get that one up quick.
Ivy finds Thompson. Soft touch off the glass. Thompson's got 8.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
And timeout is called by Brian Keefe. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. And it's Poole with the ball for Washington. Trailing by 13. Poole work in the interior.
And Poole can make some of those inside off-balance opportunities look easy.
Cunningham looking it over. Inside, Stewart. And finished off by Stewart.
You gotta love his unselfishness, and you know his coach does as well.
Well, not just coach, but you can see it in the teammates, the way that they look at him. They appreciate it when he shares the ball like that.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second. Cunningham outside. Pass to Middleton. Puts up a 3. Rebound Detroit. Stewart's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Thompson. Oh! Cock it back and throw it down.
Did not see that coming, and all of a sudden, that backboard shakes.
So nice.
Last season was tough for the Pistons, Brett, setting an NBA record by losing 28 games in a row.
BA, I'm a glass half full guy. I'm going to go on the bright side. Look at their core. It's led by Cade Cunningham. This guy is ultra talented. He's still in his early 20s. They have a lot of young talent on the roster. They're going to be better, and they play way better in the second half of the year. So how's that for some positivity?
Pass to Duran. Sarr pulls it in. The Wizards trail by 12. Coulibaly with it. Now Thompson defending. Three-pointer is up. Middleton. Duran with the rebound. Duran's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Thompson. Ooh, he's been flawless tonight. Now he's 6 for 6.
And meeting those expectations. I mean, this is what we all wanted to see from Thompson on offense.
Again, Middleton missing.
He's cold from distance here in the second quarter. May want to try a different approach moving forward.
There's Cunningham with a 3. Gets the 3 ball to go. Cunningham's got 7 points.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Now here's Stewart. A 17-point lead, their biggest. Pass to Ivy. Over Poole, and Ivy gets it to go. On the assist by Duran. Ivy's got 5 points now this quarter.
And with the talent and the competitiveness that Ivy has, we're going to see a lot of nights like this in his NBA career. It's just a matter of how many.
Here's Coulibaly. Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Here's the 3. And Detroit another 3.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. We love it.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing. 2 teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
Into the lane. Blocked.
And as Sarr gets older, he'll learn how to use his length even more.
Thompson. Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
Getting up and then throwing it down.
Oh, that was a big hammer right there. Fires from way outside. And it goes.
Baby.
They got that one.
Gets it. Wow.
That's before the buzzer right there.
Whoa. The heave to beat the buzzer.
That's an incredible shot there. Just let it fly, take a chance, and somehow that one goes in.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Detroit on top, up 19. And time now for the half.
They're measuring up the shot.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Nice game. Great performance by Ausar Thompson.
I like how they control the tempo and play to his strengths.
Now, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Tobias Harris out there with Paul Reed. Then it's Malik Beasley. Then it's Dennis Schroeder. And it's Hardaway in at the 2. That's J.B. Bickerstaff's 5 as we get going in the second half. Over to the wing. Bay outside. There's the three. Counted from distance. Bay's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. All right, Brent, in an ideal world, if you're team building and you have the ability to build around a type of superstar, what would that look like for you?
Well, BA, the game has changed so much. We see that the most valuable players now, today, are big wings that can handle the physical rigors of both ends of the floor, playing offense and defense, have the ball in their hands, and create advantage every time they touch the ball, whether they're scoring it or making plays for their teammates. But the biggest factor is this guy has to motivate and ingratiate himself to the rest of the team. Those are true high-level championship caliber players.
Outside for Bay. To the left side wing. From behind the arc. The rebound by Detroit. 90 seconds into the second half now. Here's Reed. Here he goes. And he banks in the layup.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
Here's Smart. Misses off the right iron. The Pistons lead by 22. Well, Brent, since 1980, the Wizards have had home court advantage in the playoffs just one time.
BA, do you want to have anything that you want to share that's positive about the Wizards? I mean, this team has not made it out of the second round in that span, so hard to envision that happening anytime soon. You got a long way to go.
5 to shoot. Beasley for 3. And Bay pulls it down.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
And here's Kispert from the arc. The rebound by Beasley. Detroit has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. Pass to Reed. And the 3 off target.
The D doesn't seem to be too worried about him from three-point range, and he shows us why still. I expect him to make one of those.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Ryan, one of the great challenges of an NBA player's life is being traded. Veteran PJ Tucker said, in 24 hours, you're playing for another team in another city, getting all of your stuff, uprooting your kids, changing schools. Your whole entire life changes in a blink. If you've never experienced it, you never understand. EA?
Pretty heavy stuff, Allie. Thank you. And Marcus Smart picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Marcus Smart. First personal foul. First team foul.
There's a minute 59 left in the third. Pass to Harris. Launches a 3. Kept alive. And Holmes with the block.
Well, Holmes sees that shot coming and says, goodbye.
Smart right side to stop the drought. The Wizards with another miss. Detroit has gone 5 of 12 from three-point range tonight. Schroeder finds Beasley. Right side Schroeder. Oh, got a piece of it. Pass to Harris. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call.
Wizards with the basketball.
Washington has gone just 1 of 6 from long distance here in the third. The shots just aren't falling. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Smart passes to Champagny. Outside for Bay. Shot clock at 6. Lets it go. Boy, clanks that one off the back iron and it falls. Bay's got 7. Here's Beasley. Schroeder passes to Beasley. And here's Reed from outside the arc. And no good. Here's Champagny, hounded by Harris. Champagny shot is off.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
The 3 is up. And Beasley gets it to go on the assist from Schroeder. He's got 5.
He really has a nice stroke as Beasley's jumper is able to fall.
Smart passes to Bay. From the arc. Pass to Kispert. Here's Champagny. Smart up top. No luck. They battled on the glass, but they couldn't knock it down. Here's Beasley. And the powerful one-handed slam.
B.A., when he gets the rim in his sights, it's tough to stop.
So aggressive and a determined finisher. Nice. And so it's the Detroit Pistons with a commanding... And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. Detroit has gone 6 of 14 from the perimeter tonight. 4th quarter on the court for the Wizards. George out there with Chris Middleton. Then it's Jordan Poole. Then there's Sarr. And it's Coulibaly in at the 2. And stolen by Cunningham. Driving in. Throws it up high.
And for a younger guy, Cunningham's vision is impressive. He's always watching the floor.
And so it's Poole who brings up the ball for the Wizards. All alone. And it's good. Off the back rim and in. Boy, you love how guys are making plays for one another here.
Yeah, just a balanced attack, a total team effort.
And that one's good. Cunningham.
Right now, Cunningham has that shot dialed in.
And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. Cade Cunningham picks that one up. Well, if the Pistons are going to turn things around, Brent, it needs to start on the defensive end.
Yeah, that's part of it, B.A. It's not surprising that they've been in the bottom 5 defensively over the past couple years, and that's what happens when you pile up a bunch of young players who want to prove themselves, and by proving themselves, it usually starts on the offensive end. We'll see if these guys being together start to take some pride in stopping their opponents. The drive to be great is something that Cade Cunningham quietly possesses, and he has all the tools to be a very special player.
And make no mistake, Cade Cunningham is the engine of this team, Grant.
Man, his vision and playmaking are crucial to the offense. Coach trusts him to make the right reads and set up his teammates. He has cut down on mistakes and is rounding into an elite point guard.
And it's Thompson penetrating. Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
The athleticism of Thompson showing up right there. I mean, just explosive off the bounce.
Pass to Poole. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock. Off target from outside. And here's Detroit. They're on an 11-3 run. Cunningham on the wing. Coulibaly defending. Ivy against Poole. Duren, the pass to Thompson. The Pistons need to get one up quick. A good look from Duren. It's rebounded by Washington.
I saw a green light there. The D's not going to get away with that kind of lapse all that often here tonight.
First personal foul. Team second.
2 minutes gone by here in the 4th. Three-pointer is up. Middleton sinks that one. Now shooting 5 of 10 and looking sharp.
This is a good sign for the offense, handing the ball off to Middleton, who right now has got it going.
Ivy's shot is off.
Yeah, can't see why he missed that one. The D's close, but look like plenty of room.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
The Pistons have gotten 4 shots out of 6 attempts to drop so far in the 4th. Here's Cunningham. Good, and that makes him 6 for 9. A quality game for him so far.
Pretty nice release from Cade Cunningham that time. Soft touch and arc on that ball.
And here's Duren for 3. And it's Coulibaly with a rebound. For Washington, they've gotten half of their attempts to fall in the 4th. 2 for 4 now.
The rebounding numbers make it obvious why they're in front.
Well, every time the shot goes up, guys are doing a nice job of finding bodies and making sure there's room to collect the rebound.
Here's Cunningham. Ooh, he's found his rhythm. 7 for 10 and counting.
And Cade Cunningham has it going. He's playing with tremendous confidence.
And Poole launches it from deep. And again, Washington, no good. Detroit has got 7 of their 16 three-point attempts to go in. It's stolen by Poole. Oh, a dunk and a foul! A powerhouse move. He's got a chance for one more at the line. Cade Cunningham picks that one up. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Pistons.
These guys have incredible stamina based on how they've been running the floor, using speedy transition play to get fast break points.
Their attacking of the offensive glass has also been a success story. All game long, they've been committed to finding those second chance opportunities.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Pistons.
And you don't usually see this kind of blowout, but tonight they delivered the punishment.
I mean, what's so impressive is they never wavered in their approach. They just kept at it and showed they were without a doubt the better team.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Asar Thompson.
And guys, I just felt he was tremendous tonight. His energy infected his teammates and the wrecking ball on both ends.
All right, Grant, what do you think about Jordan Poole's nickname, the Pool Party?
Oh, it's very apt, right? Because when he's on, everyone is having a good time. But it also speaks to his relaxed attitude. He's out there to shoot and have fun while doing it.
Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
You can feel the excitement in this arena. These guys have done one heck of a job.
A huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
Cunningham passes to Stewart. Now here's Duran. Three-pointer. That shot is off. Middleton looking around. Here's Sarr. Kicks it out to Middleton. From deep. The rebound by Detroit. Here's Thompson.
Oh, man.
Oh!
Flying high, Asar Thompson. I wish I still had hops like that.
Middleton, no good. George against Thompson. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. That free throw misses. Second free throw, no good. And so it's Detroit easily grabbing this one, showing that they're the far superior team. They win it going away.
I'll tell you what.
Okay, sports. Thursday afternoon coverage of the Graham. This is not your average regular season game. These teams are fierce rivals.
Oh, yes, they are, B.A. I love playing in these type of games. I mean, the fans are extra loud. The players are fired up. This will be fun.
And the starting group for Chicago. Williams and Vucevic are inside. Lonzo Ball is out there with Josh Giddey, and it's Buzelis in at the small forward.
What a finish. I mean, he just took over himself.
What a show of power right there from the point guard. Man, sweet.
A point guard getting up like that, boy, that is special.
And solid pass from Cunningham. He has a good understanding for when the defense has overcommitted.
Up top, Vucevic. Ball passes to Vucevic. The kick out to Williams. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
Second violation. Pistons basketball.
Richard, when it comes to the Bulls, they have one of the most committed fan bases in the league.
Yeah, the Chicago fans are for real. The Bulls are routinely at the top of the list for total attendance. Even on the road, there are usually Bulls fans sprinkled in every crowd.
Here's Williams, following the score by Detroit. Here's Ball, and that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Lots of quick moves inside by Ball to get into great position for the score.
And that one's good. Cunningham's got his second basket.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Now here's Giddey. Picked by Vucevic. And that one's good. Giddey.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
And it's Cunningham missing.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range. That's one he'd like to have back.
Ball against Stewart. Vucevic, the pass to Ball. Back to Vucevic. The shot won't fall. Some solid defense from Stewart. Pass to Durant. And slammed it home. And a foul. A chance at another point at the line. It goes on Patrick Williams. Detroit shooting their first free throw of the game.
Personal foul.
As of right now, Jalen Duren kind of seems like a classic big man. He can block, he can rebound, and he really focuses on finding close-range looks.
Now here's Giddey. Got a hand on it. 4-on-1. Here they go. There's Cunningham with a three. Williams grabs the board. The Bulls trail by 3. Giddey with it, and it's Ivy picking him up. Giddey passes to Williams. Back to Giddey. Oh, he nails that one. 3 for 4 now.
Attacking in the painted area. Clearly that was their game plan coming in.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
It's Cunningham with a drive. That one goes in. Cunningham's got 6.
Yeah, he's very quick on his feet. You can see it when Cunningham's moving through the defense on his drives.
Here's Giddey. Boom! He jams it straight down.
I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
And I love the energy from Cunningham inside, pushing to get the bucket.
Vucevic, a screen on Ivy. The kick out to Ball. 3-pointer. Thompson pulls it in. Detroit leading by 3. To the inside, Ivy. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Oh, rocketing off the floor. Ivy using all of his athletic ability on the jam.
Ball taking his time here. Drives to the hoop. And Paul throws it down.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot. But when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better. He'll take it.
Such an energetic play from Cunningham. Going right up for the slam.
Ivy against Giddey. That's tipped. Pass to Williams. Ball with it. Williams a screen on Thompson. Here's Ball. Shot clock at 5. The Bulls need to get off a shot. Three-pointer, Buzelis. They get it again. Ball outside. Cunningham outside. Ivy controls the rebound and the putback.
And the hops on Ivy, making him a promising rebounder. We got a taste of it right there.
Vucevic, a screen on Ivy. Here's Giddey. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. The baskets were... And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
Oh, boy, they've been driving deep into that defense early on, and it's paid off. Great penetration from the perimeter so far.
Another thing they're doing well early on is passing the ball, spreading it around the floor and feeding guys who are well set up to score.
Cunningham and Ivy. Oh, yes!
Whoa.
Throw it down!
Oh! Trying to cut into the deficit. You wouldn't normally attempt to dunk that difficult, but he's trying to spark this team right now.
And you know, it's something he does for them night in, night out.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. The Bulls trail by 7. Vucevic, a screen on Thompson. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. Grant, there's such intense rivalries at the college level. Do any of those carry over to the NBA?
Oh, BA, they sure do. I was part of some serious college rivalries. There was a lot of trash talk with the guys on the other side. And it didn't stop that much after we got to the NBA.
Now here's Cunningham. 10 points for him. Launches it. Thompson, no good.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Williams with the screen. Here's Buzelis. He's watched by Cunningham. Launches it from deep. Detroit with a rebound.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself a little too much on that one. He can hit it, but not consistent.
You better get out your camera when Ivy's driving to the bucket. You know something fun's gonna happen.
Ball against Thompson. Pass to Vucevic. Williams with the screen. Clock at 6. Here's Giddey. That's basket number 6 in 8 tries.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
Here's Stewart. And he drops it in from the low post.
Yeah, he was able to sneak it to the rim. Had enough room to get just like an easy layup.
Ball outside. Pass to Buzelis. Not going to go that time. Some solid defense from Stewart. Tipped away. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Buzelis.
Basketball.
Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. And you look at Matas Buzelis. Size, touch, feel for the game too, Grant.
Oh, BA, he's a connector. We all love seeing those offenses where the ball doesn't stick. He's He's a guy who'll keep things moving.
And so here is Chicago, following the score by Detroit from Pete Giddy. That is now his 7th field goal in 10 attempts. Impressive.
He just brings a great feel for the game at the offensive end.
Thompson, a screen on ball. Here's Cunningham. Ooh, using his size. Look at Cunningham.
I mean, he does everything on the floor. Cunningham always with max effort.
The ball's knocked loose. Ball right side. Outside Giddy. Lays it up and banks it in. Giddy's got 17 points.
Love how selfless he is setting brick screens like this. Plays like that right there are what help create easy scoring opportunities.
Now here's Cunningham. He's got 14. Out to Thompson. Here's Duren. And the dunk by Duren.
You have to put a body on Duren. He's quick, he's athletic, and he has that 7'5" wingspan.
59 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Pass to Vucevic. Outside, Williams. Just 5 to shoot. Giddy passes to Vucevic. Tipped.
Yeah, anytime you put the ball up near Duren, there's a chance it ends up back in your face.
Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. And the bucket is good. Giddy's got 19 points.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
There's Cunningham with a 3. Oh, the range of Cunningham.
Pretty clever move by Cunningham, calling for the play to get himself some space to work with.
Outside Giddy. Pass to Vucevic. Another shot. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And so that's the end of the first half. The Pistons on top, up by 11. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. One guy who's been getting it done is Josh Giddey.
Yeah, tonight, he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
And you love that mindset he has going at the rim. He hasn't settled for anything, and he's been the aggressor all game long.
On the court for the Bulls, they've got Taylor Horton-Tucker. Smith out there with Zach Collins. Then it's Kobe White, and it's Dosunmu in at the 2-guard. Reed, no good. Bulls trail by 9. Left side, White. From downtown, he drops it from range. White's got 5.
Defensively, got to close out a little faster. That's a look he'll make with regularity.
Picked by Reed. Here's Schroeder. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. That's on Jalen Smith.
Man, good whistle there.
These are his first free throws of the game. And both free throws good for Schroeder.
For a star like him, you get lots of opportunities at the line, and he's great at cashing them in.
White against Schroeder. White, the pass to Smith. Dosunmu outside. Fires for 3. Deflected. Harris passes to Schroeder. Lets the 3 fly. Harris misses. The Bulls trail by 8. White looking it over. To the right side. For 3, Smith. Rebound Detroit. And now the Pistons in transition. Reed with it. Dosunmu picks him up.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
Now here's White. 5 points in the game. Oh, he goes up high for the two-handed slam.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
For Chicago, they've got 3 of 6 shots to fall so far in the third. You know, from the 2020 bubble to late 2021, Zach Collins didn't play a single game. He missed over a year, Richard.
Yeah, underwent ankle surgery, missing a ton of games. Despite that, Zach's come back stronger, really improving all aspects of his game.
Here's Collins, following the score by Detroit. For 3, Smith. On target from range. Smith's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
If you give a shooter of his skill an opening like this, he's going to take it every time. Yeah, that's a shame because I'm not sure the defense would let him get a shot that good again very soon.
2 minutes.
Smith with a screen on Beasley. Back to Smith. Takes a 3. Drops in the 3. Smith's got 6.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
And White has got the ball here for the Bulls. 6-point game. Fires from deep. Unable to get that one. Detroit has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. Schroeder passes to Beasley. Picked by Reed. There's the triple. Beasley misses. The Bulls trail by 6. It's Horton Tucker with a drive. And stolen by Beasley. Collins against Harris. Reed inside. Got it. He's got 6.
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells a story of how well you are playing team offense.
White on the wing, covered by Schroeder. And he converts the layup.
These are exactly the kind of shots they want to generate each and every time down the floor.
Schroeder against White. Harris, a screen on White. Out to Harris. Beyond the arc. No good there. Chicago has gotten 3 of 6 threes to fall in the third quarter. White, the pass to Smith. Collins outside. Pass to White. Collins with a screen on Schroeder. White for 3. And Reed pulls it down. White with the steal. He gets it up. The shot no good. And so it's Detroit leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. The Pistons lead by 6. Cunningham and Ivy work together as the backcourt. Thompson out there with Isaiah Stewart. And it's Duren in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group for Detroit right now. Well, the Bulls shooting it at 52%. Here's Buzelis. Pass to Vucevic. Lets it go from deep. And Cunningham pulls it down.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Detroit shooting very well, 62%, and going right at the defense. Thompson outside. Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
Flying high, Asar Thompson. I wish I still had hops like that.
Ivy against Giddey. And that one drops. Giddey's got 21 points in the game.
Can't ask for a better look with the game in the balance.
Oh, they get a hand on it. Ball with a steal. 4-3. It's the trifecta.
He can pull up with the best of them. Ball solid with his jumper.
Cunningham looking it over. About a minute and a half into the fourth now. Cunningham on the take. Duren in the post. Covered by Vucevic. Duren with the bucket.
When you use it right, the pump fake's as effective a move as there is.
Giddey against Ivy. Vucevic, a screen on Ivy. Giddey into the lane. Count it. Good. Giddey's got 4 points in the quarter.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game. And that one was easy.
Yeah, it's clear why they go to him in these moments. They know he's going to deliver for him.
Now here's Cunningham. Pass to Stewart. Cunningham against Ball. Just 5 on the clock. Now here's Duren. And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation.
And that is an absolute heartbreaker of a turnover. In a close game like this, that might be enough to impact how it ends.
And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Now here's Vucevic. Williams from long range. That's in there. Vucevic with the assist. It's a tie ball game.
Selfless player. Vucevic finding his man all alone.
And it's Cunningham missing. Chicago with the ball. A big stretch here going. 10-2. Picked by Vucevic. Duren with a steal. Thompson scanning the floor. Out left to the wing. Duren, pass to Cunningham. Duren with a screen on Williams.
2 minutes remaining.
Pass to Thompson. Duren, the screen. Oh, there's the alley! And an emphatic jam on the lob.
What an injection of energy from Duren. Working hard to find points for his team.
And there's the call on Jalen Duren. That'll be a second foul of the game. The dive for the ball. And stolen by Cunningham. Ivy outside. The free ball. Connects from downtown. And now it's a 5-point Pistons lead. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Pistons.
They've been defending with excellent anticipation all game long. Just look at how many times they've managed to get their hands on the ball.
And they've also been so active defensively, getting deflections, forcing turnovers, and scoring off of them.
4 on the clock. Vucevic, the pass to Giddey. Fires the three. Offensive rebound. Back to Williams. Tries yet again. Oh, just couldn't take the lid off. They had their chances. Came up empty. Pass to Thompson. Let's go with a three. Rebound by the Bulls. Ball with it. And it's Ivy picking him up. Williams from long range. Duren with a rebound. Ball with a steal. On the take. Outside Giddey. Here's Buzelis. Williams, a screen on Stewart. Three-pointer, Buzelis. Oh, he nails it! And he's brought them within 2 points now.
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
You have to love Ivy's energy, playing his heart out right up until the very end.
And they get it back. Pass to Williams. And there's the screen. Here's Buzelis. He's watched by Cunningham. This one for three. And it's good. And that one brings them within one. Off the inbound. And the miss. So it's a narrow victory for the Pistons. Pulling it out for the W. What a performance they had here at home today.
I'll tell you what.
Of the NBA. Live. Now let's take a look at the Bulls opening lineup. Vucevic in at center with Williams next to him. Lonzo Ball out there with Josh Giddey. And it's Booz Ellis in at the 3 spot. And for the Wizards, Marcus Smart is out there with Coulibaly. Then it's Chris Middleton. Then it's Sarr, and it's George in at the 4. And if you claim to be a basketball purist, and Greg, I know you do, one thing you gotta love watching is great ball movement.
Which is something both of these teams take pride in. It's always fun to watch guys be unselfish with the ball and look to make each other better.
George with the screen on Ball. Back to Smart. Middleton on the wing. Shot clock at 6. Rebound by the Bulls.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
Giddey, no one around him. Sinks the triple. Giddey's got 5 points so far.
Well, instant offense. Be shot ready on the catch, Josh Giddey. Yes, sir.
Nobody near George. Good, and Smart gets the assist.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Giddey the pass to Vucevic. Offline with his 3.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen through.
And when you talk to people about the Bulls, GA, Michael Jordan's shadow still looms large over this team and organization.
And Kevin, they haven't won a championship before or since he was in Chicago. They've had plenty of good players, Derrick Rose and MVP, Jimmy Butler as well, but the results haven't been there.
Well, that's about confidence and composure on the interior. Josh Giddey does stand 6'8", makes that a little easier.
Smart with the ball, and it's Booz Ellis picking him up. Outside, Smart. Fires away from way outside. That doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field. For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Ball kicks to Vucevic. Williams against George. Here's Vucevic. Washington with the rebound. Pass to Coulibaly. Smart wide open. He fires. A miss that time. Would have put him up. Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Kept alive. Smart against Giddey. Vucevic a screen on Smart. Giddey the pass to Vucevic. And that comes off the assist by Giddey.
Mr. Vucevic has elite range for a big man. He will punish you from downtown if you let him.
Middleton outside. And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here's Middleton over Booz Ellis. Shots good by Middleton.
And just about every one of Middleton's shots is a smart one. Even from mid-range, he's not going to force anything.
Vucevic setting the pick for Giddey. 1:36 left to play in the first quarter. It's Williams high post. 6 on the shot clock. And it's sent back by George. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Wizards trail by 3. Smart deciding where to go with it. And slam dunk by Smart.
Well, how about the dominance, the speed, the physicality of that from Marcus Smart? Go to work, son.
Vucevic setting the pick for Giddey. Pass to Vucevic. Back to Giddey. Shoots the 3. And Sarr pulls it down.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
He lobs it up, and Sarr throws it down.
It's almost too easy for the rookie. Sarr, he just pops up and finishes off that lob.
Vucevic setting the pick for Giddey. Washington with the rebound. Koulibaly with it, and it's Buzelis picking him up. Middleton for 3, hits the three-point bomb. Middleton's got 5 now.
And how smooth is that jumper? Middleton making it look easy from the corner.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Vucevic setting the pick for Giddey.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
Chicago shooting their first free throws of the game.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
When you look at Josh Giddey's overall skill set and combine that with the 6'8" size and the point guard mindset that he has, he is special. The playmaking, the willingness to score it in tough spots. This guy has got a bright future.
Middleton finds Smart. And that's the final possession with the nice defense right there. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Wizards?
They just came into this game with the mindset of sharing the basketball.
When you keep everyone involved at the offensive end, it keeps everyone engaged in other areas as well.
So for Chicago right now, Vucevic in at center with Williams next to him. Josh Giddey is out there with Lonzo Ball. And it's Buzelis in at the 3. And great for Buzelis. Basketball has been a part of his family for generations.
Yeah, how about that? Both his parents played professionally in Lithuania, as did both of his grandfathers. And his dad now works with the Lithuanian men's national team as a physiotherapist.
Here's Buzelis. Vucevic setting the pick for Buzelis. Pass to Vucevic. Outside, Ball. The shot's good on the assist by Vucevic.
And no doubt the release point is a bit unorthodox in terms of Ball's shooting technique, but man, can he slingshot it home from deep.
And Sarr throws it down.
What a terrific pass. Work the ball inside and create a good look for your teammate.
Ball against Smart. Vucevic a screen on George. It's Williams with the drive. The kick out to Ball. And he banks in the layup. Ball's got 5 now.
And I love how Ball accepts the contact on his way up, not allowing it to alter his shot.
Here's Middleton. Pass to Koulibaly. Spins. Back to Middleton. Now here's Smart. Wizards need to get a shot off here. They turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Bulls leading by 3. It's Giddey with the drive. Sweet little floater. He's got 10. You know, Doris, assists aren't just a point guard stat any longer, are they? A lot of big men in the league can distribute very well.
Yeah, Kev, it's really striking to me how multi-dimensional every single position in the NBA has become. As you said, bigs can pass, point guards can attack the cup and score. The game is becoming more and more skilled.
Now here's Giddey. He's got 10. Ball no good. Here's Coulibaly. Vucevic defending. Back to Coulibaly. Middleton outside. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
And if you're trying to get the most out of Middleton offensively, put him in catch-and-shoot situations.
2 minutes remaining in the second.
Up top, Giddey. He's defended by Coulibaly. Yes, that goes in.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
Now here's Middleton. He's got 8. Pass to George. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. George has got 5 now.
The correct decision by Middleton, moving to his wide-open teammate, Chris, a terrific passer off the wing.
On the wing, Giddey. He's defended by Coulibaly. Out of bounds, Washington takes possession. There's been a lot of turnover in Washington doors over the last few years. Where do you think they go from here?
I think the first thing they're looking for, Kevin, is obviously a cornerstone around which to build your team. Recently, it was Bradley Beal. Now they are looking for someone to step up and be their guy.
Here's Giddey. Marcus Smart picking up that last basket. Got a hand on it.
Great timing on the rejection there. This young kid, Sarr, has major defensive potential.
A nice shot by George. And an important part of every team's game to look at the hustle stats for Washington.
Their defense has been so aggressive right out of the gate, wasting no time shutting shooters down here with authority.
The other thing they've done a great job of so far is getting offense off of their defense, forcing turnovers, then quickly converting.
Here's Giddey after the basket by Washington. Williams with a clean look, and the Bulls with another miss. There's the drive. Throws it down despite the man right in his face. A chance here for a three-point play.
You have to have the vision to find the open man. Beautiful pass.
The Wizards shooting their first foul shot of the game. Bulls trail by 7. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Middleton against Giddey. Williams has a screen for Giddey. And out of bounds as the Wizards gain possession.
And into the lineup for your Wizards, number 22, Tristan Holmes.
Smart against Ball. Smart goes in. That one drops for him. Smart's got the lead up to 9 now for Washington.
And if you look at this first half, overall, they've just had the better shot selection.
And I think, obviously, we see the execution and the willingness to make the next pass so important.
And so it's Washington. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this. And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You have to like what you're seeing, guys, from Josh Giddey.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
They've got Jordan Poole. He's out there with Malcolm Brogdon. Rashawn Holmes out there with Corey Kispert. And it's Champagnie in at the power forward. So that's who Brian Keefe starts the second half with.
Oh, my goodness. Off his feet in a hurry. You love to see Jalen Smith play with aggression in the paint.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here. Free throw good, Smith. We know, Doris, at one point the Wizards had one of the most unique pairings in NBA history.
Think back to 1987, 1988, the year you're talking about, when the 5'3" Muggsy Bogues was a teammate of Manute Bol, who stood 7'7" tall. At the time, they were the tallest and shortest players in NBA history, with 28 inches between them. Incredible.
Horton Tucker in the corner. Five to shoot. There's a screen by Collins. Horton Tucker's shot is off.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Pass to Poole. Here's Champagnie. And he bangs it home with one hand.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. And White slams it in.
And at 6'5", White more than capable athletically, like the aggressiveness there.
Count that bucket. Brogdon's got his first basket.
Well, exposing a weakness in the defense, that's just way too easy, guys.
Smith with a screen on Poole. Smith outside. They get a hand on it. Pass to Champagnie. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And it's a 10-point Wizards lead.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly and capitalizing.
And you have got to honor White on the perimeter. Once he gets comfortable from there, it's going to be bad news for the defense.
Hey, Malcolm, Brogdon getting off your feet in a hurry and leaving no doubt.
And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. Out to Smith. Three-pointer. And the Bulls another three.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
Pass to Champagnie. Back to Poole. To the inside. Holmes. Oh, and the jam by Holmes.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. And that'll be two free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. There's Jordan Poole picks one up.
And White is looking to make things happen out there. If he has to get physical in the process, that is not going to be a problem.
And so he hits both.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work and it pays dividends.
A drive by Poole. And he gets it to go. And the Wizards lead by 8. Chicago has gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark. Shooting the three ball well.
Yeah, attacking the interior is something White does well. He's crafty, and he makes good adjustments against the defense. Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
Well, you love that he wants to wear out the defense. What a catalyst for his team. Incredible.
Smith the pass to Dosunmu. Bulls moving the ball around. Clock at 6. Not as good in the Wizards' lead. It's cut down to 6 and the bucket from White. White's got 11.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
The offensive rebound. Champagnie passes to Poole. That shot misses. Bulls trail by 6. White down low. He's guarded by Brogdon. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
And right now, White red hot. Just everything he puts up seems to go in.
Brogdon. And the rejection by Smith. White left side. Going inside. Takes it off the glass. Now just a 2-point Wizards lead.
Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
And the game still closely contested as we end the third quarter. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, this is why great point guard play is so critical in today's NBA, and you see it right there on display.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. So the Bulls 5 right now. Vucevic in at center with Williams next to him. All out there with Josh Giddey. And it's Buzelis in at the 3, the small forward.
It doesn't take much to get Buzelis up to the rim. He just pops off the floor and is right there.
Kicks it down to Middleton. Sarr sets the screen for Middleton. Pass to Koulibaly. Offensive rebound. Back to Middleton. Goes back up. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Buzelis has got 4 rebounds in this game. Ball finds Giddey. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. The wide open look here for Vucevic. Drills it from outside. And now it's a 3-point Bulls lead. And it's Brian Keefe calling timeout here. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Hey, guys, Brian Keefe reviewing the game plan with his team during that last timeout. He told them this is what it's all about, proving we're the better team in the tough situations. But you got to want it. Coach told his guys they have what it takes to win here. Guys, back to you.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Giddey, no good. Washington's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3 ball here. Pass to George. Here's Koulibaly. Giddey defending. And Koulibaly gets it to go. It's been a tight one so far. Very close game.
In matchups, it's really what it's all about, and these two teams are really equal.
And he gets the bucket.
This young guy is so gritty. Josh Giddey powers through on the drive. A little contact, I'll take it.
Middleton looking it over. Off target with his 3.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Here's Ball. Pass to Vucevic. Buzelis with the ball. Misses the 3. Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Here's Middleton, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
It's difficult trying to throw Middleton off his rhythm. Remarkable job staying with that shot.
And here is Giddey. Pass to Vucevic. Back to Giddey. And it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Middleton, a screen on Giddey. Middleton outside. Here's the 3. Another miss by Middleton. Chicago trailing here. Last break. Here comes Chicago. Buzelis, no one around him. And that comes off the assist by Giddey. Giddey's got 3 assists in the game. Smart dishes to Middleton. Back to Smart. Middleton outside. For 3. It's good. That basket, he's now 5 for 9.
And the pressure just doesn't get to Middleton. In fact, he embraces it. Loves the opportunity to take the big shot.
Vucevic setting the pick for Giddey. Pass to Vucevic. 6 to shoot. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Josh Giddey might be young, folks, but a fearless, big-time bucket right there.
1:03 left in the fourth quarter. Pick by Vucevic. It's rebounded by Koulibaly. What a big possession right here.
No doubt about it, guys. The tension is palpable.
Middleton with it. Now guarded by Vucevic.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
Vucevic is screen on Smart. Ball. Good.
Absolutely no fear in this young fella when the game is close. You want the ball in Ball's hand.
Ball against Smart. Pass to Koulibaly. And there's the drive. It's in!
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. Well, given the scenario here, how do you approach this next possession?
You know, always intriguing to see what a coach draws up in this situation.
What you want is to create a clean, high percentage look if that's at all possible.
6 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Ball. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot. No good. And so it's Washington who's straight by with the win. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish this game.
NBA. A look at the Pistons starting group. Cunningham and Ivy work together as the backcourt. Isaiah Stewart out there with Asar Thompson. And it's Duren in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the Wizards, we've got Marcus Smart, George out there with Sar. Then it's Chris Middleton, and it's Coulibaly in at the 2-guard spot. And when you look at the numbers for these teams, Brent, they both pile up assists.
Well, those are some of the better teams to play for and are the most dangerous in terms of setting up your scheme defensively. Coaching staffs have a really hard time trying to get their team ready against an opponent that moves the ball as often as both of these teams do tonight.
Cunningham against Smart. Cunningham passes to Duren. The shot's good on the assist by Cunningham.
They're going to work inside. I like how confident Jalen is from this area.
Middleton against Thompson. Outside Coulibaly. Kicks it to George. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Three-pointer is up. Middleton sinks the tray.
And that's what Middleton is known for, a remarkable outside shooter, and that release got off pretty quick.
And stolen by Cunningham. The 3. Duren, the pass to Stewart. Pass to Ivy. Shot clock at 5. The Pistons need to get one up quick. Duren finds Ivy. Here's Stewart. Back to Duren. Shoots over George. Here's Thompson. Here's Duren. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play. Detroit shooting their first free throw this game. Well, Brent, the 23-24 Pistons tied an NBA record by losing 23 straight. One bright spot, however, was Jalen Duren.
Well, the bright spot, BA, would be that you wouldn't mention that again. So let's just forget about that and put it behind us. But Jalen Duren did have some moments. He averaged a double-double that season at just 20 years of age. So the sky is still the limit for this young, big, physical player.
Detroit has gone 0 for 2 from outside. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
A bit ago, Brian Keefe and I were able to chat. I asked him what's the key to slowing down Cade Cunningham. Coach said, quote, not letting him get clean looks inside the arc. Cade is a terrific mid-range shooter and a solid finisher inside, so we just have to get a hand in his face on every shot. Limiting his production could be the difference in this game.
Okay, thank you, Allie. Washington has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Knocks it loose and stolen by Cunningham. Going inside, and that one is hammered home.
Ignoring the defense and cutting to get the shot. That's a great play from Cade.
Outside Coulibaly. Will it go? Hey, how's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
He challenges the defender and throws it down with 2 hands.
Man, just straight power on that one. Clear the deck. Now here's Cunningham. And in the first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Pass to Duren. Back to Cunningham. 6 to shoot. Over Smart. Pistons keep it alive. Out to Thompson. Ivy against Smart. And stolen by Middleton. Down low. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
The Frenchman, s'il vous plaît. Taking flight. You gotta like Sar.
With the Bradley Beal trade, Washington made it clear they were going in a new direction, Brent.
Yeah, it felt like the Wizards were stuck in the Delaware just a little bit. They won 34 or 35 games for 3 straight seasons, and you know, trading away Bradley Beal was an admittance to, hey, we've got to start over. We've got to do something to get some younger players in here on the roster and give us some flexibility. The future is now for the Washington Wizards.
Yeah, just picking apart the defense. Smart moves things around to create a shot.
Ivy's shot is off. The Wizards have gone 4 of 6 in the first quarter. And they take the lead.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
Middleton against Ivy. Ooh, nothing falling for them right now. Pulls up for three. Pass to Sar. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, BA. Not sure what got into him.
First team foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Middleton outside. Second chance shot. And Cunningham pulls it down. The Pistons trailing. And here's Ivy from the arc. Nails it from three.
And something Ivy continues to improve. He's becoming a real threat from downtown.
Kicks it out to Cunningham. Fires from deep. His shot that time, not on target. Got it off in time. 1 quarter in the books. And it's been a close one. Detroit on top. They're up. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. All right, well, a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Pistons.
Well, their hands resulting in plenty of steals in the early going, keeping the opposition there off balance.
And they've sort of assumed control of this game with their pressure defensively. They've been into the ball handler. They've done a great job of swarming. So they're creating some turnovers that they're capitalizing on.
Sar out there with George. Then there's Bilal Coulibaly. Then there's Marcus Smart. And it's Middleton in at the small forward. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Wizards. Now here's Middleton. Back to Coulibaly. Pass to Sar. 5 to shoot. It's deflected. It's an even 3-on-3 break. Cunningham against Smart. Reed inside. Ivy outside. Pass to Stewart. Rebound Washington. Brad, you talk about NBA length. Alex Sar has it in spades.
So many young bigs we're seeing these days. He combines that length with some guard skills as well. And that's a very intriguing package.
Ivy outside. Launches it. That falls. Nice feed that time from Cunningham. Cunningham's got his 4th assist in this one. Wizards trail by 3. Pass to Sar. It's Middleton on the wing. Here's Sar, guarded by Reed. Yep, that one's good.
Yeah, I love seeing Sar get a little more physical there inside.
Cunningham looking it over. Reed passes to Stewart. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. All right, Brent, what do you see in Isaiah Stewart's game?
Well, coming in, he's always been that junkyard dog mentality, right? Try to play physical, rebound, bump guys around. But there's a little bit more to Isaiah Stewart in the way that he can shoot the basketball, expanding his range and knocking down some three-pointers. So some flexibility and some creativity on the offensive end.
Holmes, he's checked in for Sar.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
Cunningham. Down low, Cunningham.
And Cunningham looking confident down low, just understanding if he takes his time, he can get the job done.
Here's Holmes. Oh, it's Holmes with the big jam.
You could call that a little bit of homeschooling on that dunk, huh?
Here's Cunningham. Kate Cunningham with the flush.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. Middleton up top. He's watched by Cunningham.
2 minutes remaining in the second quarter. 2 minutes.
And it's Middleton driving. And Cunningham pulls it down. And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for the Pistons. Cunningham on the wing. 1:42 left in the half. Cunningham confident in his range.
And Cunningham sneaking out to the corner.
The Wizards trail by 5. Smart outside to the middle. Thompson against Middleton. Beyond the arc. The Pistons clear it. Here's Thompson. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Flying high, Asar Thompson. I wish I still had hops like that.
Middleton outside. 56 seconds left in the first half. Here's Holmes. Oh, it's Holmes with the big jam.
Grabs the board and goes right in for the putback. I love it, B.A.
Yeah, wanting to close the gap. Makes sense to get aggressive on the glass here. Now here's Cunningham. 11 points in the game. Pass to Thompson. Deflects the pass. Stolen by Holmes. George against Stewart. George passes to Smart. Back to George. That's in. Coming off an assist from Smart. And now just a three-point Pistons lead.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Smart against Cunningham. Here's Stewart. And they pick up 2.
Quite simply, Isaiah Stewart is a force.
11 seconds left in the first half of this one. Pass to Smart. And here's Holmes. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Holmes has got 6.
Now, say what you will about the value of the three-pointer, but those close-in looks are always plan A. Every trip down, get to the paint, get deep, score.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. The Pistons on top, up by 3. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll. They're measuring up the shot.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Nice game. Great performance by Cade Cunningham.
He's been on the attack, playing hard and going right to the rim.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
And on the floor for J.B. Bickerstaff as we get into the second half. Down low, it's going to be Harris and Duran. Tim Hardaway is out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Beasley in at the 3. Well, Graham, players getting bigger and more athletic. Do you support moving the restricted area out?
Yeah, B.A., I would. We've seen a lot of injuries when defenders slide underneath elevated players on the drive. So cutting down that risk makes a lot of sense.
And Duran with the basket on the assist from Schroeder. He has 7.
A heady play there from Schroeder, zipping the pass to the teammate who had the cleanest look on the possession.
Brogdon against Hardaway. Now here's Brogdon. Tight defense on him. Can't hit that one. Detroit leading by 4. Harris with it, and it's Holmes picking him up. Harris with the drive, and Harris throws it down.
Harris with a head of steam put his head down and then put the ball down.
Oh, stolen by Harris. Pass to Duran. And if you're just joining us, we've played just over a minute here in the third. Schroeder passes to Duran. And Holmes pulls it down. Washington has gone 3 of 6 from deep so far. Beasley for 3. It's rebounded by Washington. Holmes has got 4 rebounds now. Here's Poole. Wow, so hard to stop Poole on the break.
Poole has that ability, that one stride, full speed kind of player. Nice action there.
Now here's Kispert to the inside. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
Execution with pace, that's a bad turnover that simply was telegraphed.
When it's this close, every bucket matters. You need good looks.
Here's Poole. Oh, and there's a one-hand jam.
Using those hops to attack the rim. Poole takes flight.
Pass to Beasley. Out to Schroeder. Duren with it. And there's the drive. Back to Schroeder. 6 on the shot clock. Tries again. And he makes it. Duren's got 9 points.
You have to put a body on Duren. He's quick, he's athletic, and he has that 7'5" wingspan.
Hardaway against Poole. Hardaway grabs the board. Detroit leading by 4. And now we've got an intentional foul.
Justin Champagnie. First personal foul. First team foul.
3 minutes gone now in the third quarter.
2 minutes.
Harris, a screen on Brogdon. Hardaway. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hit the shot and will go to the line. And the Pistons making a change here. Reed's checked in, and he'll be shooting his first free throw. For Washington, they've gone 3 of 5 from the field in this third quarter. Putting on the Jets, Jordan Poole.
Poole streaking past the defense. Looked like he had another gear he got to.
And so it's Schroeder with it. He brings it up for Detroit. It's a 5-point game. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. And that's a foul called on Malik Beasley. That's his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Third quarter of basketball here. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by. And an intentional foul right there. Washington shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. First one falls for him.
And if you watch Poole enough, you're really going to appreciate that he can get it done in so many ways on the offensive end.
He's making the most of every trip to the line, providing for his team.
Here's Reed. That one falls, coming off Schroeder's feed. Reed's got his second basket of the game.
Slow defensive rotation, causing a breakdown along the perimeter.
Ooh, poked away. Stolen by Schroeder. Back to Harris. Up top, Schroeder. Stolen by Holmes. Here's Poole. Oh, what an effort by Poole.
Those are 2 tough points from Poole. Great to see him mixing it up down low.
Hardaway with it. Beasley outside. 4-3. And Holmes pulls it down. Holmes has got 5 rebounds in the game. Hardaway, a good look. Here's Reed. Pass to Harris. And again, no good by Detroit.
Well, he wants that one over again. I guarantee that. Nobody's even in the neighborhood.
Champagnie, that's good. And now just a 1-point Pistons lead.
When you can score the ball and the defense makes adjustments your way to do that, Poole has to take advantage like that.
Here's Harris. And Holmes with the block. Here's Champagnie. Takes it inside. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. And the game's still closely contested as we end the third quarter. Detroit on top. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You have to love his unselfishness and ability to make those around him better.
Great hands, great vision. That makes great things happen for your offense.
Pistons foul.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. And the Pistons going with a whole new group out there. Bilal Coulibaly out there with Marcus Smart. Then there's George. Then there's Sarr. And it's Middleton in at the 3 slot. That's the group for Washington right now. Off target from 3-point range.
Not a way to get out of a funk. He needs to be looking for good, solid, more efficient shots. Not the wild one he took there.
And Brent, 2 of the best athletes in the league are brothers, Sarr and Amin Thompson.
These guys are absolutely off the charts in terms of their elite ability to get up off the floor. And Sarr came in a little less heralded than his brother, but he might have a slight advantage in a very important category, and that's shooting the ball.
Pass to Coulibaly. Got a piece of it. Cunningham outside. The three-pointer off the mark.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
To the paint to tie it up. Another shot. Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
George against Stewart. George passes to Sarr. Outside Koulibaly. 5 on the clock. Shoots over Duran.
Strong defense from Duran. I like watching him make a difference on this end. Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for Detroit?
The fearlessness they've shown going strong inside has been impressive. The defense hasn't been very effective against them.
And it seemed like throughout this game, right after the jump ball, they've just been feeling it from distance, getting all the looks they want and continuing to take advantage of that three-point line.
And he commits the intentional foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
And it's Detroit with the ball. Ivy passes to Stewart. Here's Duran. Rebound by Middleton.
Man, I thought he was making that in so close. That's some aggressive defense.
From deep, Sarr. The rebound by Stewart. And so Cunningham will bring it up for the Pistons. And here's Ivy from the arc. That falls. Nice feed that time from Cunningham. And the Pistons lead by 3. Here's Koulibaly. Count it and 1. He'll have a chance in the three-point play. Cade Cunningham picks that one up.
Defensive foul.
The Pistons have gone 1 of 4 since the fourth quarter began. Pass to Duran. Stewart outside. Thompson a screen on George. Stewart the pass to Duran. Back to Stewart. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Inside. And the dunk by Duran.
What elevation. He's a smaller but still determined big man. And he likes mixing it up with his impressive vert.
Down low. Here's Sarr. Nice pass. Nice catch. And a resounding dunk.
Middleton right now seeing the floor and delivering the ball well to his teammates. Good at finding the open man.
And Marcus Smart picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
And they're just 1 foul now away from the penalty.
If you're just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Ivy passes to Duran. And the dunk by Duran.
What an injection of energy from Duran. Working hard to find points for his team.
And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it.
Team foul.
And he knocks down the first one.
For Washington.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
He knows just how important these shots are, and he makes them count.
Cunningham outside. Stewart the pass to Cunningham. And Chris Middleton gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game.
4th team foul.
Out of bounds. It'll be Washington's ball.
Washington basketball.
Washington has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Middleton with a screen on Cunningham. Koulibaly up top. He's watched by Cunningham. Thompson against Middleton. Just 5 to shoot to take the lead. The rebound by Detroit.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
The 3 is up. Fires in the triple. And the Wizards lead by 3.
But Chris Middleton has been waiting for moments like that.
Cunningham. Ivy outside. Cunningham. Thompson right side. Pass to Duran. Out to Thompson.
What I like about Sarr as a shot blocker, he can do it anywhere on the floor.
George passes to Smart. Here's Sarr. Money.
Ooh, important points from Sarr. And just great recognition of the moment. Don't see that in a lot of young players. Wow.
Here's Cunningham. It falls! What a beautiful shot! Brings him within 3.
You gotta love what Cade Cunningham, as a young star, is bringing to this game.
Smart outside. Koulibaly up top. And he sinks it.
They've been battling all night. Now they're on the brink of putting this game away.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad. And Cade Cunningham stepping up in a big moment for this squad.
Outside Koulibaly. And they need to stop the clock, so there's the foul.
Yeah, just a must-foul situation to stop the clock.
Team is in the penalty.
He drops the first one, and that gives him a 4-point cushion.
Washington. Taking.
And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 5-point game.
Now that'll ice it right there. Not everybody can keep their composure at the line in such a big situation.
So it's Washington picking up the win. I'm sure they would have preferred a blowout victory.
EA Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. There should be plenty of action down in the painted area tonight, Greg, with the big man matchup in this one.
Yeah, I love to see skilled bigs dueling down low. Kind of a throwback in some ways, but there's still plenty of physicality in the modern game.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. The backcourt pair will be Cunningham and Ivy. Isaiah Stewart out there with Jalen Durham. And it's Thompson in at the 3 spot.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
The kick out to Williams. Offensive rebound. Here's Vucevic, and Vucevic throws it down.
And the instincts on the glass. Love how Vucevic tracks these misses down and then able to convert.
Cunningham passes to Durham. A 3-pointer off the mark. The Bulls have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Pass to Williams. Now Buzelis. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist.
Buzelis shown a little bit of everything with that quick release.
And you look at the Detroit Pistons, Stan, so much young talent, but the chemistry is a work in progress, clearly.
Well, it is, Kevin, and they're working on it, but it's hard with so many new faces, and they still need a second and third guy that they can build around. They've got a lot of good role players, but they need a couple more stars.
And a wide-open look for Cunningham. The good-looking shot from the wing.
And I love how Cunningham dictates the pace. You can't speed this guy up. He forces you to play at his speed.
Vucevic, the pass to Giddey. Back to Vucevic, and slam dunk by Vucevic.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
Drains the 3-pointer.
And you see that one motion shot. Cunningham very consistent from distance.
With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Well, a bit ago, Billy Donovan and I were able to talk. We talked about how dialed in he is on Cade Cunningham in this matchup. Coach told me the key is not to let him get into a rhythm early on. That might mean you have to throw different defenders at him. Maybe send them double teams, too. Everything is on the table tonight. Let's see what they come up with for Cade. Guys?
Thank you, David. The drive by Thompson. Stewart kicks to Ivy. And slam dunk by Ivy.
And man, can Ivy fly. I mean, a big-time finisher.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Driving inside. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws. Chicago shooting their first free throws of this one.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
And Stan, a positive for the Bulls over the last couple seasons. They've really done a good job of taking care of the ball.
Yeah, Kevin, that's been an emphasis for them. You don't want to beat yourself. So you look up and down the roster, it's a pretty disciplined group, but it's also the kind of thing that can change from year to year.
And the foul called on Josh Giddey. That's his first foul.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
1:44 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Cunningham driving the lane. Pass to Duran. 6 on the shot clock. And the layup's good off the glass. Duran's got 6. Bulls trail by 4. Vucevic is screen on Ivy. Here's Vucevic. That's the 3 fly. Thompson with the rebound.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And the shot is good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
And it's Vucevic missing.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
The shot by Ivy, no good. Chicago's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Williams to the middle. Back to Ball. Pass to Williams. Buzelis sets a screen for Williams. Now Buzelis to halt the run. Got a piece of it. And now the Pistons fast break. Ivy finds Duren. And Duren slams it in.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. Ball feeling it out a bit. With a floater. A shot that time, not on target. Jalen Duren has been leading the charge for the Detroit Pistons. He got into double digits. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what's your take on the Pistons so far?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, they've made a point to get inside on this defense, and it's been working like a charm early on.
Here are the 5 Detroit has to start the second quarter. The backcourt pair will be Cunningham and Ivy. Isaiah Stewart out there with Thompson. And it's Duren in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Giddey the pass to Vucevic. Back to Giddey. Beyond the arc. Buries the long-range jumper. Giddey's got 5 now.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Here's Cunningham. And the layup falls. He has 7.
Just showing some grown man strength there. Cunningham gifted at working through the contact.
Coach, it didn't take long for Cade Cunningham to establish himself as the leader of this team.
Well, Kevin, he's very mature for his age. He was put in a position with all young guys around him, so he had to step up. And I've never heard Cade Cunningham blame anyone else for the team's struggles. He's got everything you could want in a team leader.
And here is Giddey. He has 5. Vucevic a screen on Ivy. Giddey kicks to Vucevic. Back to Giddey. The 3. The shot's good on the assist by Vucevic.
And when you're a high-usage player like Vucevic, you have to keep your head up and be willing to make the next pass. And his athleticism is really off the charts. Love seeing Thompson punching home like that.
Here's Giddey. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
They get the rebound. Pass to Ivy. And he's good on the 3-ball. Ivy's got the lead up to 11 now for Detroit.
And if Ivy can hit that shot with consistency, it really makes him a tough cover.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, we are seeing a new generation taking over the NBA. Commissioner Adam Silver says stars can be created much quicker these days. Sports is a meritocracy and talent gets rewarded. With a social media community in the billions for basketball and a global market for talent, new and different stars end up emerging. Kevin?
Which is always good for the game. Great to see. And David, a great report again from you. Thank you. Thompson right side. Cunningham against Ball. A shape. In the corner, Ivy with it. And another 3 for Detroit.
Oh, how about the quick thinking by Ivy? I love when he goes right at it with the shot.
Here's Giddey. Looks good, is good. Bucket number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
Cunningham looking it over. A shot by Stewart with no one around. And a miss there on the triple. Bulls trail by 9 at the top of the key, Williams. That's good, and so Giddey with the assist. Giddey's got 4 assists in the game. Ball against Cunningham. Missile blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
Just a special offensive talent. We don't see guys like Cunningham come through the league that often.
Chicago's gotten out from three-point land in the second quarter, going 4 of 5 from downtown. Here's Vucevic. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on Jalen Durham. He stands since 2009. The Pistons have just 2 playoff appearances.
Yeah, that's true, Kevin, and they got swept in both of those playoff appearances. They haven't won a playoff game since 2008. And with all the lottery picks they've made recently, their fans are itching to see some progress.
I love the mentality of Cunningham tonight, looking for his shot, and boy, is he producing.
On the wing, Giddey. Ivy defending. Giddey, no good. Pistons leading by 10. For the 3. Ivy with the bucket. Ivy's got 9 points now in the quarter.
And this young guy, Ivy, is doing anything he wants right now, dominating in effortless fashion.
Giddey the pass to Vucevic. Back to Giddey. Inside. Second chance shot. Lays it up off the glass. Vucevic has got 13.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
And I can tell you from experience, these are the types of things that drive coaches crazy.
And so that brings the first half to a close. The Pistons on top. They're up by 11. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You look at Cade Cunningham in this game, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
So with Vucevic on the bench, here's the group Billy Donovan has on the floor. Jalen Smith is out there with Collins. Then there's Talen Horton-Tucker. Then it's Dosunmu, and it's White in at point guard. Schroeder finds Harris. Back to Schroeder. Beasley against Collins. From the wing. Rebound by the Bulls.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
And here's Harris from the arc. They grab their own miss. Tries again. Here's Reed, and Talen Horton-Tucker is going to pick up the foul.
Talen Horton-Tucker.
That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Here's Schroeder, and the rejection by Smith. Here's Dosunmu. It's good, the assist that time from Smith. As a coach, what were some of your favorite parts, Stan, of life on the road?
Well, Kevin, we get treated really well on the road in the NBA. I mean, you travel on great charters. People take care of your bags. We stay in great hotels. But my favorite part of being on the road was when we were on our way home. Easier to win at home, family at home. That was the favorite part.
How about the bonding experience that a lot of coaches talk about when you're out there kind of alone against the forces, just you and your team?
Well, I definitely think players bond on trips like that because they're not going in different directions. They team to spend time together. I don't think any of them ever wanted to spend time with me.
Piston substitution, number 40.
And the Pistons making a change here. Waters is checked in. Pass to Harris from outside the arc. Detroit, no good that time either. Bulls trail by 9. Outside Collins. Back to Horton Tucker. And here's Smith. Osuma with it. Guarded by Hardaway. Shot clock at 6. Now Horton Tucker. Second shot opportunity. It's hauled in by Harris.
And that's one he wants back, just wide open, but not able to connect that time.
And we know injuries derailed last season for the Bulls, Greg, but with an aging core, you wonder where they go from here.
I mean, the Bulls are kind of stuck in the middle of things as it now stands. Not quite good enough to make a run in the East, but not in a position where they need to start over.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, if you want to win, of course, playing both ends of the floor is essential. Former Defensive Player of the Year Draymond Green says, we've seen teams for years make the mistake of thinking they can put a great offense out there and win. You run up against a team that's just competent offensively, but they play defense, you're going to lose. Kevin?
Got the 1-2 punch as Draymond talks about. Man, that is something tough to get by. The Banks gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Reed dishes to Beasley. Lets it go from deep. And it's Beasley again missing.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's White. And it's Reed pulling it down. Pistons leading by 12. The shot, no good. Collins with some nice D. White, wide open. He fires. Drills the three-pointer. White's got 5 points now this quarter.
And I like how White shot it with confidence. He's reliable beyond the arc.
Waters. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. And the Pistons lead by 12. Here's Dosunmu in the corner. Smith with it. Hardaway with the steal. And they're running. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Harris's shot is good.
And through hard work, this has become Harris's bread and butter. A knockdown shooter off the catch.
White looking around. And he lays it straight in. White's got 7 points in the game.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Pass to Reed. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
Yeah, now they are firing on all cylinders. That shot puts 3 more onto their lead as we head.
And so it's the Detroit Pistons riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've kept the tempo quick and the defense on its heels, and it's gotten them up big. We come back right after this. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard. Put the pass right on the money.
Well, his height gives him the ability to see the floor, and he makes a quick decision and a great pass.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the court for the Pistons, the backcourt pair will be Cunningham and Ivy. Asar Thompson is out there with Isaiah Stewart. And it's Duren in at the 5 spot. Cunningham passes to Stewart. Ivy with it. There's the 3. That shot off. Giddey with it. Picked up by Thompson. Pass to Cunningham. Stewart, a screen for Cunningham. Good on the 3-point shot. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Pistons.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And another place they're finding success is in transition. They've been working hard to get ahead of the defense and find those easy ones.
Oh, he's frustrated there. You know he wanted to come right back with the three of his own.
Here's Thompson. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
The craftiness on his finish helped Thompson grab the whistle on that play.
Greg, every year, injuries are a huge factor in shaping the title race. And I'm guessing that teams should probably put more of a premium on durability. What do you think?
Well, Kevin, I think all GMs take that into account. A team wants to be confident it'll have a stable roster over the course of a long season.
Ivy passes to Duran. Giddy against Ivy. Now Giddy. Outside ball. And there it is for him.
And how clever is this guy? I mean, just no fear going with the soft, high-arcing floater.
Tries the spin move. Cunningham passes to Duran. Back to Cunningham. Duran finds Cunningham. From outside, off the mark. And so it's Giddy with it. He brings it up for Chicago. The kick out to Ball. Williams, a screen on Ivy. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. That's on Jalen Duran. And the first one drops. And both free throws good for Giddy. You know, Stan, I've always thought that your path, kind of like Billy Donovan's, going from the college game to the pro game, both enjoying success, very, very similar paths.
Except for one thing, Kevin. Billy could actually play. I couldn't. So, you know.
Well, you're not being fair to yourself now. Come on.
Billy was a great college player. And I think, Kevin, Billy Donovan's the most underrated coach in the NBA. This guy's a surefire Hall of Famer. Back-to-back national titles in college. And then you look at the consistent success he has had in the NBA with teams. This guy is as good as anyone in the country, heck, anyone in the world coaching basketball.
Well said. Duran, no good. Knocked away and stolen by Ivy. Pistons passing it around and stolen by Giddy.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a golly win for the Pistons.
When you shoot this well from three-point range, you're really hard to stop. The defense didn't rotate out fast enough to stop the hot shooters.
Yeah, exactly, Kevin. They were lethal from deep.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Jalen Duran.
He has really stood out tonight with his work on the glass. You can see the extra effort coming through.
And Vucevic pulls it down. Chicago's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Ball kicks to Giddy. Vucevic a screen on Cunningham. Pocket 6. Here's Giddy. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. And it's Vucevic missing. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Here's Duran. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
It is always a special feeling winning on the road. The degree of difficulty adding to that sense of accomplishment.
Vucevic setting the pick for Buzelis. And then Buzelis with the dunk. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's up a 3, and Vucevic pulls it down. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited.
for NBA A look at the opening lineup for Washington. We've got Marcus Smart, Sarr out there with George. Then there's Bilal Coulibaly, and it's Middleton in at the 3. And for Chicago, Williams and Vucevic are inside. Josh Giddey out there with Ball, and it's Buzelis in at the small forward position. Now here's Ball. To the inside, Vucevic, the pass to Ball. Back to Vucevic. It's good, and the assist that time from Ball.
On the interior, Vooch, look, this man has so many moves to account for.
RJ, when you talk about Vucevic, is he the best NBA player ever to come from Switzerland?
There is an argument to be made. He has the most points by any Swiss-born player by far, and the only All-Star game appearances.
Now here's Giddey. Three-pointer, Vucevic. Sarr pulls it in.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Inside, Vucevic with a steal. Giddey with it, guarded now by Smart. The 3 from Ball. Sinks the tray.
You love whenever Ball is assertive like this. This is how dangerous he can be on offense.
Smart passes to George. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Bulls. We played just over a minute here in the first. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, Billy Donovan had a few moments to share with me. He is aware of the amount of disruption that Marcus Smart can bring to an offense. He said, you can't attack him in pick and rolls and go at him in ISO, so we'll have to keep his assignment moving and run him ragged when he's on defense. Sounds like it'll be a busy day for Smart. Back to you guys.
Allie, thank you.
Not settling for the layup. Once Smart has the rim in his sights, he is clear for takeoff.
The Bulls have gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Here's Ball. Soft touch off the glass. Ball's got 5 points.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. You'll gladly take those.
Now here's Giddey. Pass to Ball. Fires from deep. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Giddey. Give him 8 points now.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Kicks it out to Middleton. There's the 3. And it's Giddey with a rebound. And it's the Bulls' ball. A big stretch here going. 10-2. Well, it was a tough season for the Washington Wizards, Grant. A franchise-low 15 wins.
You know, B.A., it started with trading away their star, Bradley Beal, before the season. But I like their new direction, prioritizing the future and developing talent.
The Wizards with another miss. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for Chicago. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. From deep, Giddey. It's rebounded by Washington. Middleton with it. Guarded now by Ball. Ball against Middleton. Pass to Sarr. Back to Middleton. To the middle. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Yeah, easy enough for the 7-footer. Sarr bringing the house down.
Giddey against Middleton. And here is Vucevic. That's tipped. Down low. Outside Giddey. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Ball. Three-pointer. And they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds. Wizards trail by 8. Offensively, it's been a struggle for them.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance. Defensively, you have to stay connected to him at all times or he will bury you.
Now here's Ball. He's got 10. Vucevic, a screen on Smart. Ball passes to Vucevic. And Marcus Smart picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Giddey. He's scoreless. Takes it inside. And stolen by Middleton.
Good anticipation defensively. See the pass coming and manages to snatch it. Running.
Slammed home, and they call the foul. He's headed to the stripe for one more.
Well, Sarr is already used to attracting defensive contact, and this time he manages to finish right through it.
Well, the last time the Bulls won a playoff series was back in 2015, Grant.
That was back when Butler and Rose were their leading scorers. And that just shows you just how long it's been. But they've been stuck in mediocrity ever since. And right now, they are desperate for a breakthrough season.
And Ball is such an effective two-way player. Takes smart shots on offense and really hustles on defense.
Coulibaly with it. Working on Williams. Pass to Smart. To the paint. Here's Sarr. That's in. Coming off an assist from Smart. Sarr's got 7 points.
The execution has been better lately. But do they have enough energy to pull it off?
The thing they have to watch for is mental fatigue. They have to stay focused and finish the job.
And a bit of a battle for the ball. And the officials signal a jump ball here. And they're on the run. Here's Coulibaly. And he slams it in one-handed.
How about Middleton picking the pocket, which creates the fast break opportunity in the first place?
Picked by Vucevic. Lets it go from deep. Lonzo Ball. He's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Chicago. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And guys, what's your take on the Bulls so far?
Well, it seems like they went in looking to do damage from long range, and they faced little resistance.
Their points came almost exclusively from beyond the arc, and as this game continues, that should open up the floor for the rest of their offense.
All right, this is how the floor looks for the Wizards starting in the second. George out there with Chris Middleton. Then there's Sarr. Then there's Marcus Smart. And it's Coulibaly in at the 2. Vucevic, a screen on Middleton. Giddey with it. Guarded now by George. 5 on the clock. Back to Vucevic. For 3. That one falls. His second make in 5 attempts. Richard, you evolved as a shooter over the course of your career. Talk about developing shooting in the NBA game.
Well, it dictates what kind of offense you can run. You don't need a bunch of good shooters, but if you've only got 1 or 2, your interior play better be strong.
From 9 feet, kicks it out to Smart. Steps back and shoots. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Chicago's gotten 3 of their 7 threes to find the net in this matchup. And that one's good. Giddey.
He just makes it look so easy on offense. Like, who takes pleasure in torturing defenses? He does.
Smart looking around. Outside Coulibaly. It's Middleton on the wing. Giddey against Smart. Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now.
Every coach's dream. Smart, he's a high motor player that's a high IQ player. That combination just can't beat.
And Washington making a change here. Holmes is checked in. Here's Giddey. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is. Smart against Ball. Middleton outside. The 3-ball. Nails it from beyond the arc. Middleton's got 5 points in the quarter.
Now, if you're the defense, you can't allow Middleton to heat up out there. I mean, he can be so efficient from long range.
The offensive rebound. The 3 from Ball. Here's Buzelis. Back to Giddey. Stolen by Middleton. George outside. Pass to Coulibaly. With the floater. And he takes it up and lays it in. And the Wizards lead by 2. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Washington.
From the very start of this game, they have been giving the ball handlers trouble, using good pressure to force turnovers and get steals.
Yeah, on top of that, they've been resourceful defensively, generating scoring opportunities by forcing turnovers.
Vucevic with it. Guarded now by Smart. There's Ball with a three. That's in there. Vucevic with the assist. Ball's got 15.
When he puts it all together, Ball can put on quite a performance.
Here's Coulibaly. An easy two on the layup. Already 5 lead changes here.
Speaks to how evenly matched these teams have been thus far.
Ball left side. Up top, Vucevic. Pass to Giddey. The kick out to Ball. Over George. It's rebounded by Washington. Here's the floater. Some solid defense from Williams. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for the Bulls. Williams passes to Vucevic. Ball outside. Picked by Vucevic. Ball passes to Giddey. The three-pointer off the mark. Outside Coulibaly. Pass to Middleton. The three is up. Ball with the rebound.
Hey, sometimes you miss even under the best of circumstances.
Great D that time from Middleton. The Wizards with a lead. Takes a three. He can't hit that time. Williams from long range. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Wizards out in front. They're up by 1. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. And if you're just joining us, we played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Boy, it's been quite a game for Lonzo Ball.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him. And then, of course, executing.
I like how they came into this one with a game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
They've got Ayo Dosunmu. Zach Collins out there with Taylor Horton-Tucker. Then there's Jalen Smith. And it's White in at the 1 spot. That's the group for Billy Donovan, getting going here in the second half. Here's Dosunmu, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Brogdon. Here's Dosunmu. They trail by 3. Pass to Horton-Tucker. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. Chicago shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game. And it's tied up with that one. And for Washington, they're shooting the rock at 58%. Back to Holmes. Now Poole. Right side Brogdon. From deep, Brogdon!
Clearly, Brogdon has all the confidence in his shot, so when he fires, he can fire without hesitation.
To the left wing. The 3, Smith. He buries it from 3. Smith's got himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Poole. Oh, what an effort by Poole!
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. One imagines that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film.
It's White with the drive. Smith outside. Here's Horton-Tucker. Back to Smith. Just 4 to shoot. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
Did you see that? Look at the elevation on that dunk, B.A.
Man, he just cocked it back and fired it down with one hand. Here's Brogdon. Smith with the rebound.
That was a good look for him from mid-range, but just couldn't make the defense pay.
White against Poole. It's wide right, hits off the rim. The Wizards have gotten 3 of 4 shots to fall so far in the third. To the inside. White with a steal. Here's Dosunmu. Here he goes. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
An important 2 points, not just on the scoreboard, but also for a little bit of momentum.
Poole can't get that one to fall.
The defense just giving him the easy look there. He's not going to miss that.
Collins with a screen on Poole. White with it. He's picked up by Kispert. Pass to Collins. Here's Smith. Dosunmu. Pass to Smith. The kick out to White. Back to Dosunmu. Launches it. They get it again. Horton Tucker with it. They shoot again. The 3, Smith hits the 3-pointer. Smith's got 8.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jordan Poole. That's his first foul.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
Bulls leading by 5. White looking it over. 1:33 left in the third quarter. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a 3-point play.
It's nice to see they're not settling for 3-pointers. These guys are putting in the work inside.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw. And timeout is called by Brian Keefe. He's going to talk it over with his guys.
Things just aren't going their way. He clearly wants to talk it over.
Good timeout if you ask me. They have the momentum, and coach wants to find a way to try and stop it.
Poole with the ball. Now guarded by White. Brogdon, the pass to Poole. Poole gets it in close.
Such a crisp ball coming from Brogdon. He gets it to him with a little bit of zip. On time and on target.
The 3. Kispert grabs a miss. The Wizards trail by 6. Here's Brogdon. And Brogdon with the stuff.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
No doubt. That's the kind of play that can energize the whole team, and they will take it in a close game like this.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
Horton Tucker on the wing. Fires the 3. Hits the trifecta. Horton Tucker's got 6.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
Here's Poole. And Poole fighting through contact.
Yeah, these teams are playing with incredible energy.
Yeah, the second half in stark contrast with the first. Coach must have gotten on them a little bit at halftime.
Smith with a screen on Poole. Smith outside. Lets a floater go. It's stolen by Brogdon. Oh, Brogdon gets a step. The kick out to Poole. And here's Kispert from the arc. Doesn't go that time. Points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. It's the Bull. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
That wasn't a better pass in the game, almost like he had a sixth sense.
We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. So on the floor for the Wizards. we've got Sarr. Chris Middleton is out there with George. Then there's Bilal Coulibaly, and it's Smart in at the one. Three-pointer, Vucevic. Yes, sir, and it's Ball with the assist that time.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
Pass to Sarr. Stolen by Giddey. Just one man back. The three from Ball. Offensive rebound. Now Williams. The Bulls need to get off a shot. Three-pointer, Vucevic. It's rebounded by Washington. And there's the call on Lonzo Ball. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
A few possessions into the fourth. Just over a minute played. And Giddey has got the ball here for the Chicago Bulls. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong. No baskets allowed.
There is no doubt that Ball brings his flight here to the arena. The man has a little bit of bounce on him.
Here's the three. Chicago grabs the miss. Vucevic has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Ball passes to Vucevic. The shot's good.
Such a good facilitator. Ball has nice touch on that pass.
The Wizards trail by 12. They set a pick. Kicks it out to Middleton. Shot to stop the run. Chicago with a rebound. Vucevic has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Middleton outside. With the fadeaway. Sinks it. What range from downtown.
Wow. Middleton testing his range, and he passed the exam.
Here's Giddey. And the layup is good off the glass. And the Bulls lead by 11.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
Three-pointer is up. Middleton. And the Wizards with another three.
And his perimeter shooting might be the key to trimming their deficit.
Absolutely, and they have to continue to go to him.
Ball finds Giddey. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth. From downtown, nails it from 3.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Middleton outside. Over Buzelis. Middleton, no good. Bulls leading by 11. And up the court come the Bulls on the break. All no good. Middleton passes to George. Three-pointer off the mark. The Bulls have gone 5 of 8 from the field so far in the fourth. Williams with the screen. There's Ball with a three. The shot that time not on target. The Wizards trail by 11. Let's go with a three. And Middleton gets a three. Middleton's got 9 points here in the second half.
And you know Middleton is feeling it when he's pulling up like this. Such confidence from the swing man.
Smart against Ball. And Ball throws it down.
Both sides are simply waiting for the clock to make it official. This is going to end up in the books as a nice win for the Bulls.
All their efforts on the boards ended up paying off.
And just 2 tough rebounding teams, but they gave the extra effort and were rewarded for it.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Lonzo Ball.
A quality offensive outing. When you get it going like he did, I'll tell you, it's one of the best feelings in basketball.
Chicago with the ball. Three-pointer, Vucevic. It's rebounded by George.
And just not enough time for them to get back in this game.
Yeah, they got to be disappointed with this result.
So it's Chicago now. 11-point game. Here's Buzelis. So no problem for Chicago as they get the win. Even early on in this game, they appeared happy to be playing at home.